So my name is Krista Nerestant, and I own selfishlifestyle.com, where I
Love the
serve
name.
yeah, right? Selfish.
I know, talking about being selfish in quarantine.
Yeah, I have to like reframe our mindset to that word. And I serve as a spiritual medium and teacher to demystify the world of energy and spirit, and as well as a certified Neuro Linguistic life coach and hypnotist. So
Wow.
my purpose, my mission really through Selfish is to empower, encourage, and allow you to really be able to shine in your own unique way. Everybody's unique. Everybody has their own purpose, whether it's global or personal. And it's really about being aware of your energy, of your own personal energy.
Beautiful dog behind you, by the way.
Oh yeah, my husky.
My husband will be really jealous because he had a husky growing up. So
he's my old man. He's 12 now, but he's so sweet.
Name?
His name is Cloud.
Cloud?
Oh. Yeah, like Cloud. Yeah, like
you're home now, right? All the time.
I'm home. I have a 4.5-year-old, almost 5-year-old child, but my sister came to pick her up. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna be nice and quiet. Oh my gosh, right. I never realized how I only have one, but I'm like, oh my god! Once she left the door, I was like, oh, like the energy of like calmness, because you have kids.
No, I have no kids.
Oh, okay.
I got married last year.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. It's so funny because today I was watching Governor Cuomo. He was saying to people, you can still get married. You just can't do it in front of, 300 people, but you still can get married, elope somewhere and marry. And not that we eloped, we had a small group of 12 of us, but there's something to be said about getting married in an intimate setting like that.
Yeah.
You're watching and you are having to cancel your wedding because of this. You do have options and they could be really cool. So
yeah. I actually had my best friend, he got married here, but he had a lot of family in Ecuador. And so they did a virtual wedding.
Oh God.
Yeah. So even at the reception, they had like TV set up so that his family from Ecuador is partying with us along the wedding. So, I mean, me and my girlfriends, I was on it for 5 minutes, but we all set up like a virtual happy hour. So,
that's what you have to do in these times. We sang happy birthday to my aunt, 10 of us, all on a Zoom call, or Facebook call. That's what we have to do right now. And we have to make the best of it. And I know that's what your business really is all about, trying to find the positives in life, right?
Indeed.
Work for you.
Indeed. Yeah. It's always about just being resilient through every situation and being able to capitalize. It sounds like really, it's a harsh word when I capitalize, but it's really about capitalizing on what is on the current state. The 3 principles that I stand on and that I teach everyone is that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. You are equipped with everything you could ever need to survive, and that your perspective becomes your reality. So how's your perspective? What's your perspective at this moment? Because, you have the power of choice to shift it wherever it may be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So in your work, talk to me about the type of clients that you have.
I have clients, the clients that come to me really are ones who are curious about the synchronicities in their lives. I have clients who are just stressed out, who needs a little bit of balancing, who needs alignment, and to regain their power back, really. They have, obviously I'm always big on never giving your power away to anyone, any expert. So what I do is I teach them how, through breath work, through hypnosis, through meditation, and through, learning the knowledge of how their bodies work and what their triggers are and how they respond to what's outside of them, to set boundaries.
Yeah.
So that they can, whatever you do. I have clients that are, CEOs, presidents. I have clients that are licensed therapists. I have clients that are clinicians, and their daily 8 hours, 12 hours a day, they're around people. They're always constant on talking, and they're home with the family. So this is why I call it selfish lifestyle, because we need to really carve a time out of the day to really carve out time of the day for you
Yeah.
alone. I don't, maybe in the beginning I'll be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, but once you start practicing it daily, then it's sometimes it can take only 3 minutes and you'll be able to reassert your power. I still, and my husband knows this, like, I still go away on my own every 4 to 6 months, just by myself, no friends, no family,
Where do you
just
go?
to, I go away on my, like, I travel a lot. I love to travel. And I like to just reassert, re-empower myself, and really just be refocused, because we are in a world of constant stimulation.
Yeah.
It's constant on. So in top of that, I also have another business where I do hair, and
Oh, wow.
yeah. So my salon is like shut
I wish
down
you
for.
could come over and do mine right now. Oh.
My salon's fully shut down. Somebody, one of my clients, called me the hairdresser medium.
Oh, wait.
Um, in Cedar Grove,
What's it called?
Salon Crimson.
Oh, okay. I have to
Yeah.
tell my Hip New Jersey partner, Maria Falzo. She lives in Cedar Grove, so I'll
Oh
tell her.
wow, cool. Yeah. I'm right on Pompton Avenue. If
Oh,
you're from Cedar Grove, you'll know, you'll pretty much know me, I think. And yeah, so you're constantly on. On top of that, in regards to networking and everything, I have to do a lot of networking because I have a book being published this September.
are
So
you?
yeah, I have a book coming out. I know, I'm so
Yay!
excited! Yay!
Wait, did you get the galley copy yet? Like your
Not yet. It's coming, and I'm so excited. It's April, May.
Okay, cool. Because
So
you get that. I liken it now. Again, I don't have kids, but I liken it to like whole.
you're birthing a piece, right?
Yeah, and people look at you differently. Like they want to know all about the book. They don't want to know anything else you're doing, but they want to know every like step of the way and how you got that book to reality. It's gonna
It's an arduous journey. It really, it's a rewarding but arduous. And now I don't care if anyone says, I wrote a 10-page book or anything, a children's book or whatever it is, because I'm just like, I know the journey, and I have so much respect and so much compassion for anyone
What's the name
who's
of
taking this journey. It's called Indestructible: The Hidden Gifts of Trauma.
it? Oh,
Yeah. So it's a nonfiction. It's a memoir based in how I was able to transform my very traumatic life from 6 to about 24 years old, really. Multiple traumas and many experiences, from being an immigrant to being an abused child to the whole spectrum,
wow.
and death, all under the age of 14, and how I was able to transform them into gifts, and gifts that I still use currently today, then and now. So
Where did you immigrate from?
Philippines.
Philippines. Okay.
Yeah, I came here when I was 12 years old. And yeah, so that's what it's called.
Well, congratulations.
Indestructible: The Hidden Gifts of Trauma.
Wow. What's the biggest takeaway from the book that you want to share with us?
It is for anyone who wants to be inspired, motivated, see a different view of life. It's a way to travel, because half of the book is in the Philippines, and it is a narrative driven memoir, so it reads like fiction. So it allows you to escape and really be able to be in it, with love. It's a really loving piece. It's very inspirational. It will stimulate you in all your senses, because I do add in my spiritual, coming out of the spiritual closet, coming out as a medium is in there. So yeah, I mean, it's for anyone who wants to be inspired and to see life with love.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
we didn't touch on the mediumship
yeah.
so far. So that is always a world that deeply interests me. So talk about that.
So I've had experiences with the supernatural or the unseen world since I was a young child. I didn't come out of the spiritual closet, however, till I was like 32, which was like, I don't want to say my age. No, I'm just kidding. 6 years ago. 6 years ago, but I realized as an adult, having had my business for then like 14 years at that point. I mean, no, I'm sorry, 10 years at that point. I was still having these experiences, these supernatural experiences, and I was finally like, I can't get rid of it, no matter how much I pretend I live in the real world of logistics and numbers and finance and dealing with the normalcies of the materialistic in life. This is the earth realm, this is the realm of touch and sensory, but I was still very much open and to this world, the unseen world, and the older I got, the more intense the experiences got. So as a medium, just to clarify, a spiritual medium is somebody who's able to communicate with people in spirit who has passed. But I was communicating with like strangers.
Oh.
It wasn't like grandma, it wasn't, my aunties or my family. And to the point where I had to really sit back and go, I have to figure this out, because I'm rational. I'm real. I'm very in touch with this world. I don't think I'm crazy. So I had to learn this world. I had to really learn to accept it. I'm Catholic background. I have a Catholic background. So it was very hard for me to come out of the closet in that sense, because my family's just pray it away.
Yeah.
But now I've fallen in love with this gift, and it's really healing. It's really loving, because it's because this is one of my teachers that says to me, when somebody comes to visit a medium, it's like you visiting your loved ones in spirit, or as your loved ones have always just been around you, but you can't hear them, you can't feel them, you can't touch them. You can. They have like they can give you senses of like, oh, I smell the cologne. I've had that. I've smelled cologne, or I just felt a shift in temperature. But most people will just wish it away. Whereas, as a medium, I'll be able to validate such memories and things like that. So it's very healing. It's very loving, and that's what I do it for. It's a beautiful gift that I honor.
It is. It is. It's one I wish, we all could have the ability, to communicate with the other side.
You can be trained.
You can be trained. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I thought that was something you're born with. I didn't realize you could go to school for it.
You can be trained. You can be trained. So it's like how some people are just born athletic.
Yes.
They're just really, it is just naturally, innately, they're just innately good at it. And but that doesn't mean the next person can't be trained. The world of energy that we live in, it's not that they see Lisa with a red shirt, long hair, and wavy hair. They see they see how open you are, to how open and how bright your energy is in regards to your EMFs, your electromagnetic frequency. I was a little bit more open to it since I was a kid, and it never shut down.
Yeah.
It never, as a kid, I'm sure you've felt some stuff. You've seen some weird,
very intuitive.
Yeah, very intuitive, right? Life happens, though. That's life happens, and the shift of energy then shifts to what's life and earth, and that kind of shuts down a little bit. Well, with mine, for some reason, even through all the traumas I had, it actually elevated my power, because again, you're a spiritual being having a human experience. The human part, the human part who was experiencing the traumas, who was shutting down, my spirit was allowing me to keep functioning, to keep going. And since it kept going and I kept referring to my ability, I just kept using it even as an adult, not even knowing that I kept myself open to this energy.
Yeah, that's so
it wasn't going to go away. It wasn't going to go away. But you can be, you can be trained. There are mediums. Let me put it this way. Not everyone is a medium, but everyone's a psychic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Okay. So that's one of the philosophies my old teacher had. Not all mediums think like that. Not all mediums think like that. But for you to be a great medium, you have to be a great psychic first. So yeah, and everyone's psychic. You're born with this. And
everyone gets a sense of deja vu or that sixth sense, and it's just a matter of, you know, tuning out all the background noise and listening to that voice.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, and serving you first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a muscle that you exercise. It's a muscle that you implement. It's a muscle that you have to take care of, right? I work with the 4 bodies: the mental, physical, emotional, spiritual body.
Yeah.
Some are so mental driven, and it's gotten them through so much, which I love my mental body, right? The physical body I love too, and I exercise that through yoga. And my emotional body, I exercise it through speaking and talking and writing. I do a lot of writing. And my spiritual body, you know, you exercise through meditating, praying.
Yeah.
You know, and really connecting to outwards, you know, in a spiritual way, the unseen, and knowing and kind of accepting the fact that you're just a small speck in this intricate thing called, you know, the universe.
Exactly. So is this training something that you can do while we're quarantined and home for the next, I don't know, how many more days, weeks?
Yeah. I mean, in fact, I'm gonna, right after this, I have a mediumship circle on Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, that's the great thing about energy, right? It's not bound by time nor space. So, you know, it's I've done many sessions online, and although I'm a people's person, I like being in front, like even with like classes, I like to be you know, I like interaction. I like physical presence, because there is a difference.
Absolutely.
There's a huge difference.
So,
but that's what I learned in this crisis. You know, I've done Zoom sessions. I have clients from South Carolina, DC. You know, I have clients everywhere, but you know, it's either because they moved and they want to keep, you know, the work together. But it's always about like having that first session face to face.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that too. And so with this crisis, I have to kind of reframe my mindset on that. Maybe like, you know, encourage more online sessions and encourage more of this, you know, accepting technology more.
Of course. And hey, it's going to help your business too. It opens you up to people from all over the world.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, especially, you know, it's all kind of like coming together, you know, with the book coming out, if I'm going to be doing speaking engagements or, you know, doing, you know, classes and workshops, I would like to invite everyone, right?
You don't have to get on a plane and
right.
You can do it right
Although I like to travel, so I'm like, plane it is.
Oh, that's true. So I absolutely hate to fly. I do it, but I hate it though. So where I don't have to fly, you know,
that's a good idea. That's great for you.
Yeah, for me. But
yeah,
you're a wanderlust, so that wouldn't work.
I'm a wanderlust, yeah. But you know what? I haven't flown any further than like 8 hours. I mean, other than the Philippines.
Yeah.
And that's what stops me from going to the Philippines is that freaking plane ride. But my favorite place is Europe. It's not far, I'm able to go there. But yeah, no, I'm learning to accept technology.
Yeah.
I'm from that generation of like, you know, the internet just came about when I was like 14.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I never grasped it like the kids now, you know, how they're just so quick with it. And I'm still behind a little bit.
Yeah, but you know what I've noticed too, because, you know, with my businesses, I work with college kids. Obviously, we have an internship program. You know, they kind of take advantage, I feel, of having it. You know, we had to learn so much about it. and to teach and the intricacies. And like, we actually in some ways get it better than the younger generation.
Oh, good for you, Lee.
No, I'm not talking about you too. I'm saying I see such a difference.
Yeah.
Like younger kids, it's just at their fingertips. They haven't known anything differently. So they're not employing the best practices and the techniques and, you know, how to write on social media. You know, they have a laziness about them.
Well, it's an instant gratification type of world.
Yeah.
It is an instant gratification type of world, and that's another reality check that that as a coach and even as a medium, as spiritualist, you know, nothing. I always tell my clients, like, you know, one session and done is not it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's never. And whoever tells you that you can transform your life in, I don't know, in 30 minutes. I mean, there's some truth in regards to how you could transform it in that aspect, in that perspective of one aspect of your life. And then guess what? Another one comes up, right? Yeah. So I always want, it never ends. You know, this thing called evolution, this thing called healing, this thing called life and thriving, it never ends. And isn't that lovely though? Isn't that lovely to be able to know that this is what life is experience. We live in an experience.
Even if it ends on one plane, it still goes on somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, Krista, this was so much fun. You know, I was calling this series the COVID Chronicles, but I don't know. Someone was like, that's too like morbid because everyone's trying to get their mind off the virus. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of a new name, but maybe Pajama Party. I don't know if you think of one.
We should have called it, but I would have totally worn my pajamas. I just like posted on my Instagram. I said, I am loving this Zoom sessions. It's all about the neck up.
Yeah, it's all about
the waist up.
I mean, I have not put on a stick of makeup. I have not done my hair. I have not. And you know what? It feels liberating, right?
It does. I mean,
right? I mean, you're a hairdresser. I mean, everyone is giving hairdressers and makeup artists so much love on social media right now because you make us all look so good. And we thank you for that. But when you're stuck at home, you don't need anything.
Oh my God, I love it. I mean, you know, my clients would probably like, you know, I dress up more. I've been doing hair for over 23 years. So I've actually been like, obviously winding down out of the hair world and into my practice, obviously, and with the book and everything. Yeah. But there, you know, I'm more prepared and more dressed up in regards to like my meetings with like my sessions, and my clients that I've been doing for 20 years are just like, oh yeah, you're lucky you're getting to see a Krista with some type of blush on. But it's really, actually, this is my first time putting makeup on.
Oh, no, you know what? I like I said to the guests, you might, I hope you got my email. I said, you know, this is not about glam. This is about like this, because it's documenting this period in history that is so unprecedented. And I want it to be what it truly is. Us sitting on the couch in our pajamas and working and trying to connect. And
that's another thing. If you know, I don't know about you, but I don't know, for me as a writer and as, you know, doing a lot of this work, you know, blogging and all of that, it's like you're doing more work sometimes.
I'm so busy, but at a pace that's more manageable.
Yeah,
because
it is.
And I could actually sit and because I love writing too. And it's something that I don't get to do a lot of, you know, business writing, yes, and proposal writing and, you know, that kind of boring stuff, but the creative stuff, no, because it's low on the income totem pole, I guess. But now. But
there's a book coming out for you though. No, for you, I feel like there's something that needs to be done for you. I'm sorry, I'm going into.
You're going into
connecting. Sorry about that.
No, you know, this is how I wanted to end the call, so this is perfect timing. You know, what vibes are you getting? What messages are you getting about where we are right now in life? When are we coming out of this? Are we ever coming out of this?
We are, for sure. We definitely are. It's actually, to me, I meditate on this. I pulled out cards on this, and it's so funny because I work with archangels, and when we first got quarantined, I pulled out the cards in regards to what do we need to know about all of this stuff,
Yeah.
because it was such chaos, madness, right? What's going on? And the cards that came out were laughter is the best medicine, um, a good night's rest, and detox. Yeah. And in this deck, there's like miracles and, a divine intervention, and look for, a specialist. Like, in this cards, there's a lot more daunting cards that are in this deck, but those were those were the cards that came out. And it really just reassured me in knowing that more than ever, we need to really reassess our energy, our way of being. What are you putting out? What's your energy like? What are you going within and aligning and then serving from that state?
Yeah.
Because again, the human reactions are just a little nuts right now with fighting, and I mean, it's sad. So I have clients that are calling me because their boundaries are being pushed so much, with what's going on in the news and the world. I don't watch the news because guess what? It's going to come to me anyway, no matter what. So it's really a matter of going back home, going back into yourself, going within what works for you. How is your perspective through all this? And what are your resources to get through these moments?
Yeah.
But we are going to get through this. It's a lot of self-awareness and a lot of self-responsibility and accountability.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
for yourself.
a beautiful message.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. Where can people find out more about you?
Selfishlifestyle.com. Everything's on there. My Instagram is Selfish Lifestyle Approach. And on Facebook, I'm pretty, active there too.
Great. Well, Krista, I look forward to meeting you in person one day very, very soon. You'd be a perfect guest for Hip New Jersey. So we'll get you on in the studio. We have our show is debuting on News 12 Plus.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So, we figured.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, oh, thank you. No better time to debut a television show than now, right?
Yeah.
All stuck at home. So, but anyway, Krista, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for your time.
Yes. Talk to you soon.
Yes.
Bye.